Hello, everybody.
Good evening.
Hello.
How's everyone doing this week? If you can't see, we've got a special guest on here again. We are continuing with our crypto series, talking about adoption. And we've talked to a trader. We've also talked to someone that had some really good ideas because they research white papers. Today, we're coming at it from a little different angle. We've got a miner here who probably has a completely different idea of what crypto needs. So if you haven't heard of CryptoJar, this CryptoJar, you want to give the people a little introduction, CryptoJar?
Hi, my name's CryptoJar. Nice to meet you guys. I already know you guys. So, I'm in the crypto space. I would still call myself a noob, even though I've been in the space for, I don't know, close to 5 years now, maybe a little bit more, depending on what you're going to count. Miner, I do mine. I'm mostly in the DePIN space itself. And I dabble in a lot of experimental hardware, trying to figure out what's going to work and what's going to earn me money, because earning something and learning is probably the best way to do it. So that's a little bit about me.
Hell yeah.
I definitely agree. Knowledge is, as Piper says, profit.
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
Sir.
Yeah, I'm curious on how your weather miner is doing, because I was really going to buy one.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I think it was like $400. And I'm like, ooh, I don't know. I'm taking a gamble.
Yeah. So I would put everything on hold at the moment right now, just to see what actually works out over the next 6 months. We're going through a DePIN apocalypse, where many different projects are getting eaten alive just because the fundamentals weren't there. The data that they're using isn't generating the revenue that they thought it would. And some of these projects are on life support. Now, WeatherXM might be the project you were thinking about. That's actually, I'm in probably about 4 different ones. That one might have the most legs, just because of the network and the collaborations that they've done with other projects. It might have a lifeline with that. The other ones are extremely questionable, and I don't really know about the future with it. In terms of profitability, when it first came out, they actually didn't do too bad. With the airdrops, you might have made enough to cover the cost of most of the hardware. I'd say about 75% of the hardware, and with the mining in that period as well. And then anything beyond that, at least right now, you're only looking at a couple bucks a month. It isn't even really worth it, especially if you're looking for an ROI on the hardware. And most people that are buying these hardware devices want an ROI. They want to make sure that they at least break even on it.
No,
fair enough.
Definitely makes sense. That's definitely killed more than a few projects.
And it's still happening. The Grand Reaper's still out there, just getting one after the other. Yeah.
Well, and that always happens during that bear market too.
Yeah.
It's like you kind of find what's going to be the next thing, what people are talking about, which, kind of brings us into this topic, And it's like, what is the next big thing of crypto? And for you, coming from a completely different space than anyone we've talked to yet, what do you think like the perfect crypto project really needs to kind of bring people from the TradFi space to crypto?
Okay. From TradFi to crypto. Okay, so there's a few major hurdles. I see major hurdles just because they're just a very simple barrier to entry that I've seen as very problematic, where the regular Joe who's trying to get into crypto might find this a little bit difficult. And it comes down to the very entry level things like the seed phrase, your wallet address, gas fees. Like what are we talking about here? So the seed, first of all, when I got into crypto, just remembering my regular password for my email was difficult. Never mind a 12-word phrase that is not even a sentence. It's just a jumble of characters and words. And I'm just like, that was a hurdle for me. And I'm in the technology space and I'm like, what is happening here? Am I supposed to know this? And then we have addresses, which are alphanumeric. You have a private key. I didn't understand that the private key was actually supposed to be just for me. I thought maybe I was supposed to give it to somebody when we're doing transactions. They learned a very strong lesson early on. Like these small little things I think need to be worked out, as well as gas fees, because it varies from chain to chain. So it's not standardized, and it could really matter on the time and date of your transaction. And from people from the traditional area coming over, that might be something that's a little bit more to grasp and to understand, because it's a set fee that's going to happen in the traditional finance place, where it's variable in the crypto space. So these are just like some of the mechanics, just to get, that's just the step one, right? Step two is a project that is building something. This is where it gets complex, because you want to build something that has utility, that people can easily understand, and it generates revenue, right? So that's kind of like a trifecta of things that you need to have together in order for it to be successful. Now you also have to make it simple enough for the average user to implement and start running on their own. So that's sort of the reason why I'm in the DePIN space, because there's a lot of like sensors, weather stations, like Badel had mentioned. And there's just a whole bunch of other utility things that are out there that you already might have in your home. Like everyone has a Wi-Fi router and all these other things, where you can already implement the devices that you have, or buy something that you already understand and roll them out. So like, what is the perfect project? I have no idea. I might have built it if I knew what it was, but just trying to like figure out how to get like the perfect amount of everything in one is definitely difficult.
Well, so, and that's been a nice part of the conversation, you know?
Yeah.
So people come from it from a different angle, where LBC thought that the perfect crypto project, his eyes for adoption would be more of like a marketplace type thing, where that's where he focuses. And I think one thing that the crypto space really forgets is that there's never going to be one project that does it all.
Yeah.
That's why there's all of these projects. And that's why I wanted to talk to all of these different people and from all different sectors of it, because it's like you really find out what people value from their crypto.
Yeah.
And crypto, yeah, it could be an investment, but crypto itself is a technology that could greatly change our entire world. And I feel like we need to have these conversations so that people can get a better understanding of what crypto can actually do and what to look forward to, and maybe potentially get some of these crypto projects to get in line with what the crypto space actually wants from them. You know, stop making dog coins and taking people's money.
I mean, dog coins are fine. You got to have some. I mean, you have to have a little bit of humor in it. But in my perspective, we haven't had that killer app moment yet in crypto, like you've seen in other areas. Like it was AOL just to get people on the internet. I don't know if I remember having MP3s before the iPod, and that was a huge thing. Like I just knew a very small community of people that were downloading and trading MP3s and all this other stuff. But then the iPod came out, and then absolutely everyone exploded, right? So everyone was using it, and then like people were using email before the internet, because that was just a business tool that you could use and it made sense. So we need something like that you can onboard millions of people without even knowing that they're using crypto. I think that's kind of like the biggest thing, is they don't even know that they're using crypto. They're just using something that's very, very useful, and they want to use it. So we haven't hit that moment yet. I don't know when that trifecta is going to happen and what area, because there's lots of areas in crypto. So maybe one area will blow up, and they might have like a cascade effect to the other areas.
I definitely agree.
I just want to shout real quick, guys. First off, all of Jar's contact information is in the description, so go ahead, make sure you're following him if you're not already doing that. And I was just about to put it in the chat. I still will, but if you've got questions, go ahead, put them in the live chat, and we'll pull them up throughout the course of the stream. Okay. Sorry, BC, didn't mean to step on you there.
No worries. I've also just been kind of waiting for people to chime in the comments as well. So,
well, if you want to shout out, we got some people. By all means, we can take a second to shout people out. Go ahead, BC.
I mean, if you want to drive that, because
okay, I'm sorry. I was trying to put the question in. That's why all right. So Let's see. We got Jesse in the house. Uncle Jesse emojis in the chat. Excuse me if you're on my channel. And I always mispronounce this one. Go ahead, Jar. You're the man.
Jay Styles is in the house. Welcome, Jay Styles.
Every single time. But welcome. Appreciate that. Appreciate you being here. Obviously, we got us guys. We got, what's that say? Hello there. 63.99. Welcome. Yeah. Well, there you go. And then he's like, yeah, thanks for nothing. I put him in timeout just so everybody knows. But anyway, listen, I get it. We're gonna come across people who might see this stream who are gonna say that kind of thing. But yeah,
that's exactly why I say I'm still a newbie, because I don't want anybody copying my moves. I might have learned a few things over the years in crypto, but I'm still naive. I still might follow down the wrong path, and I just don't want anyone carbon copying. Look at my research, compare it with your notes, and then actually jump into it if you feel comfortable with it, right? Because you're going to run into that, and I don't want to run into that.
Well, it's funny
I think like,
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I just think like what he's coming from is like when he said like thanks again, guys. Like I don't think I've ever seen his name in here, so it's like just because we're in crypto, we're labeled as long as along with everybody else in the crypto atmosphere, and it's like no, everybody I feel kind of has like their own little thing.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
well, and that's what I was trying to say when I brought up his name. It's like, yeah, well, what welcome, thing. But Jar, I think you are very much about that, though. I mean, you started out with like doing guides and that kind of stuff, and I'd love for you to talk about that in 1 second after we finish shouting everybody out here, if that's okay.
Yeah,
we got Crypto Bullcoin in the house. Welcome, appreciate you being here. It's so easy. Well, you know what? I'm just first off, I can't even barely read it, but that's a whole nother one. Old man on the interwebs right there. Let's see. I listen, guys, keep putting your comments, questions, especially I see some deep in questions. Put them in the chat. We're gonna get to them. I just want to let Jar answer that. Legacy Strategies, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Brian, I see you. I'm going to bring your question up or your comment up after. Welcome. Let's see. Am I missing anybody? I think I've caught up. All right. Jar, so if you want to tell everybody about how you started out, and then maybe we can work into BC's question.
I think my scenario might be very common because I got into the crypto space during the pandemic out of boredom. And just trying to figure out what's going on in the world, nothing else to do. Elon Musk is talking about Dogecoin. What is Dogecoin? And then it just started to get me down this dark tunnel. And I had started a blog, which is not crypto related at all. And I created a YouTube channel. It's called GeekRar. And it was just like technical guides on how to set up virtual machines and installing different operating systems and configuring really nerdy stuff. And then because I was getting into crypto or just trying to understand it, I was making guides really for myself because my channels weren't getting any volume of traffic anyways. So I kept forgetting, like I'm saying, it's so complex. I kept forgetting what I had to do to set up a wallet. What is a seed phrase? Like I started making quick little guides for myself. And one of them actually took off really well. And it was how to mine Dogecoin, because that's one of the things I was trying to learn at the time. And I'm like, oh, maybe there's something here. And then I started my independent channel called CryptoJar. And that's when I really started to focus and hone in on what's going on with this area, this new finance area. And that just sort of evolved as a hobby. It still is a hobby, though I have like a lot of other things that I'm doing with it now. I'm trying to just build upon that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Very good. BC, go ahead in with your question. I was going to hold these off unless you want me to go into them or if you have more questions.
I mean, you can go into that first question and then we can dive more into.
Well, this one was more of a comment. One answer again, my eyes. So you guys gotta help.
One answer equals PMBIOK/PMP certificate leads, and no one in any crypto company has any kind of business sense.
Well, I ain't gonna argue with the latter half of that. I'm not sure what the first half of that means.
Same.
Well, like project management and deploying a project.
Oh,
I
product
can see,
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
when you're trying to manage a project, it's a shitstorm basically. Like nothing's actually merging together. So yeah, I can see if you have real project skills and you're trying to bring it into a crypto space and launch a project, it should transfer, but it doesn't actually do that very often.
Well, like you said, Jar, I mean, it's like nothing's even standardized here in the crypto space. So like, why the hell would that be a convertible skill? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So that's like a really good point, right? If you want to have mass adoption, you need to have guardrails for businesses to adhere to and understand this is a safe area to play within. I have a small business. A lot of people have small businesses, and to take that risk to start using crypto, and then all of a sudden it falls on you because of a rule you didn't know applied at the time, and maybe it now applies like 5 years later, and now you have to roll back your whole scenario. That can be a very risky move, and that could also be the end of your business. So until these are in place, I can see a lot of people just waiting on the sidelines until we have these guardrails in place, and the government is saying it's okay to go ahead and do this.
Well, it's funny you bring that up. I was going to ask you, do you really think we need government intervention with regard to this, or should people be self-regulating?
Like there's going to need to be some in my opinion, I think there needs to be some regulation in order for more people to participate, especially internationally. I think that there has to be at least some basic regulation in there, just to at least try to avoid the bad actors in the space and have some sort of standardized methods that people can apply to their businesses. And this is just from a business perspective. From a personal perspective, it's a totally different thing. I would want no guardrails at all. I should be able to do whatever I want with my money and spend it however I want. But those are two different types of scenarios. I think you need the businesses to get on board in order for it to be successful down the road.
Okay. Fair enough. The one of the other comments right here from Brian. I bought into the WeatherXM, the GeoNet, WingBits. These are all ones that you and I have talked about on Matrix Money, and I know you've talked about them on your main net podcast. But maybe you want to just kind of hit a little bit on some of these.
So he's got quite a few winners in there. Like I'm a fan of WeatherXM, GeoNet, WingBits as well. Rover is being beaten up quite a bit right now. When they had their TGE, I think they will recover. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I think they will recover. Honey is something that I wasn't a fan of. I returned my device. Actually, I never got it. I canceled my order, got a refund. Just again, it comes down to like management and expectations. If you're setting an expectation of this is going to happen in your roadmap, and then you don't follow through and you don't even message what's going on, I mean, that's going to leave a bad taste in my mouth and a lot of other people's mouths. So a lot of those projects, I think, have a very strong fundamental. GeoNet's one of them. I think they're like the top project, I think, in the DePIN space because they have real revenue, real customers. Their rewards are very consistent. It may not be a lot of money, it might just be a few bucks a month, but it's very predictable what's going to happen every month with this project, and it's continuing to grow. So like the base level has to be solid in order for the community to jump on top of it.
Could I ask a favor, Jar? Because we may have people lurking, and I know we got people lurking in the background, and welcome, by the way. But they may be new, aren't familiar. You just threw out DePIN. Everybody here knows what that is, but could you explain it for those who may not know?
Yeah. So DePIN stands for Decentralized Infrastructure Networks. And what that is, it's just like a big fancy word. They needed to label the space. So this is the name that they gave the space. Basically, it can be a bunch of different sensors or components or pieces of hardware that an individual can install, gain connectivity, and contribute to some sort of network. So it's a decentralized network of many different pieces of hardware, depending on the project. And for providing these assets, you're going to get rewards in return. So you're also contributing and getting rewarded at the same time. So it's a nice cycle, and it's community driven. So I'll give you a telecom example later on, but basically you're providing an infrastructure for things to run on top of, and you're doing it together as a community. And as it builds and as it grows, you'll get rewarded over time with it. And I think this space for me personally, I think it's a really great space. I think I like tinkering with toys. I have a whole bunch of junk around my house. I'm plugging them in. I'm messing around with things. There's a lot of guys like me that like doing stuff like that, and just getting rewarded for doing that and contributing. And I think it's fun.
Okay. Now, I can anticipate. I'm trying to anticipate the question from somebody who may be like listening to that answer and goes, "Okay, so what? Some of that stuff already exists. Why?
Some of that stuff already exists. Yes, some of that stuff already exists. When it comes to the incumbents, I'm going to use an example right now, and I talk about this one often because it's one of my favorite projects. But there's a few of them in the space. There's the project I'm talking about is called XNet, but there's also Carrier One. There's Helium. There might be a few other ones that I'm missing.
That's funny. I just highlighted the comment Helium. There you go.
Yeah, Helium. Yeah. So there's a few of them that are in the space. And I wouldn't say that they're shaking up the telco space, but what they're doing is they're contributing to the telco space. So they're building out edge nodes across North America in specific areas that need it. So underserved communities. And they're deploying infrastructure and rewarding people in these specific areas where there may not be no cell phone coverage. Okay. And they're rewarding these people that connect an access point to the network and give signal. So it might be a dead spot in the mall. It could be a farm field. It could be in the middle of the desert, but you're providing some sort of infrastructure there. So on the telco side, the capital expenditure that you would normally spend, and I know but this costs quite a bit because I see it every day. It starts at about $150,000 and it can balloon up to $1 million, really depending on where you are. Just to get the towers built, to get the fiber there, the infrastructure, you have to lease the land. There's all these things, and there's a lot of people involved to get this running. So that can be very expensive. So what a company like AT&T is they're leaning on the deep in space and they're funding it. So these projects are offloading AT&T's data network onto their mini access points in these dead zones, and AT&T is paying them for it. So this is a real life scenario where the money is actually getting transferred. People are getting rewarded, and AT&T is not spending millions of dollars on infrastructure. So this is a real life scenario that's happening right now, and it's such a small area that they've started in. It's continuing to grow, and it's getting exciting because this is something that's real, and we need it right now.
Mm-hmm. It does sound like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, BC. Go.
That really brings up the key points to why I wanted to bring someone like you on. Whereas it's like your ideas to what the crypto space really needs is something of real utility. And when I talk about crypto being a technology, you really highlight it because it's so much more than just cool internet money that go up in price.
Number go up.
Right. And sort of like the problem, like I was talking about, this is not going to be the killer app scenario. This is just going to be an infrastructure play where it's real and it makes sense. But this isn't going to convert millions of people over to crypto. But what it's going to do is as a business case that AT&T has laid out is you could see this working. You can see on paper how much money you're saving without doing this deployment. And to their customer, they're walking around on their cell phone using it, and it's completely seamless. So they're on AT&T's network. They're walking in the mall where there's a dead zone. They don't even know that they went over to XNet. They just have reception. That's all they care about. And to the end user, that should be exactly what it is. There should be no hurdles. There should be no roadblocks. It should be a seamless transition.
Well, that's interesting. You say that you don't see it necessarily as mass adoption. And I agree, maybe to the point of like the average Joe who's just kind of like looking at crypto and like BC said, number go up. But like I see it potentially being an inroad, especially for businesses, though. Jar, don't you agree?
Yeah, 100%. Like in different areas. So then you have a telco infrastructure. Then you have payments, POS systems, and everything else that happens over there. These are all things that have to be transitioned over. But what the businesses want to make sure is that they don't disrupt their customers' experience in their store. It shouldn't make a difference to them whether they've paid with crypto or they're using it for cell phone coverage or whatever. For them, it's just a way of life, and they're just continuing on with their own business. As soon as you put up a roadblock, even if it's a very minor one, they have to sign into something. And I've seen this with projects. If you have to sign into something, you're going to lose like 80% of the people out there just because that's one small hurdle. So you want it to be as seamless as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. And Crypto Bullcoin had another comment. I know we kind of touched on a couple of these things like KYC, for example, privacy, which is also big right now. We're seeing privacy coins popping off left and right, and that kind of thing. Any thoughts or comments with regard to this?
That one hurts. This one bothers me a lot too. Like, oh man, this one bothers me a lot. There's no solution right now because it's kind of like you can't have the best of both worlds. Businesses don't want to get into it if they can't secure their investment for their customers. So KYC and all these other methods have to be implemented. And you want privacy and you want complete control of your money. So you don't actually want to bridge your money over to a platform that requires KYC in order for you to invest. So there's methods around this, but it's losing its initial what is it there it's the reason behind crypto becoming something to begin with, like the white paper for Bitcoin and everything else that goes along with it. Like the real push and the real freedom that you get by using these networks kind of loses its whole reasoning or meaning as soon as you start implementing and forcing everyone to KYC.
So the fundamentals, I think it's
the fundamentals. Thank you.
Yeah. And I don't welcome. No, I don't read Arabic or speak Arabic. I don't know if any of the other guys do. I'm assuming not.
No, but Google Translate, great tool. You can use that.
Well, there you go. Good point. See, Jar always thinking. Look at that. There you go.
And then we got
responding to comments in Korean on my channel.
Well, there you go.
Translate that.
And it looks like we got, I'm assuming that's Russian, perhaps. Yeah. So welcome, by the way. Sorry, can't read that. But I do speak a little bit, but barely. Anyway, I thought Jar would appreciate this comment right here.
I'm in Crypto Bullcoin. I'm in the exact same position right now. So my method is not to fully KYC with my Canadian passport or driver's license. What I did is I have a Palau ID. I just actually got it in the mail. And I'm going to be testing this out to see how it works. And this is not to avoid taxes or anything else like this. This is more of a privacy layer because I don't want to give my passport to everybody just because it's a platform that I'm interested in, especially with deep in projects that might go down. I don't know what they're going to be doing with my information if they go belly up. So the Plow ID is something I'm testing out right now. It looks like it's going to work with Mexi, but I'll be showing those results as I go through it all.
That's the first time I've ever heard of a Plow ID. Is that
it's
a Canadian only thing.
It's a Republic of Palau. It's near the Samoan Islands. They started e-residencies to allow people to use it for exactly that reason. You still, when you're getting the Plow ID, you still have to validate yourself. So if you're an American, you have to show your passport, you have to validate who you are and everything else like that. But you get this extra card, which you can use as a layer in front of it to just go through that whole KYC, the light KYC process.
I think it's like $200. Yeah, I think it's like $200 or something.
$250. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And Jar, just to put it out there, that's something eventually you're thinking you're going to put together like a video or something about, so in case anybody's interested.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, I don't want people to follow my steps. I'm going to first try it out, make sure everything is kosher, and then I will put out a video on how to do it and everything else.
No, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, Jar.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I am putting out like just shorts, just document, because I like documenting what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Also, so I remember what I did. But I like documenting what I'm doing and then just showing, hey, I'm testing this out. I don't know what's going to happen. And then, I'll give the final results after too.
Awesome. And Crypto Bullcoin coming back, keeping on the KYC thing, but this time he's talking about off ramps. And honestly, I'll be interested to hear your take on this, Jar, because this is important too, right? You take that, you throw it to a centralized exchange. You've already KYC in most cases to be on this centralized exchange, so they automatically know what you're moving, when you're moving it, how much you're moving, et cetera, et cetera. Any thoughts or comments with regard to this?
Yeah, like the off, it's going to be the same thing with on-ramping, off-ramping. The privacy thing, it bothers me quite a bit. There's no there. I wish there was a choice on whatever platform you're using, even if it's a limited choice. Just give you the choice to KYC or not KYC. If you limit the amount of money or whatever because of money laundering, right? Everyone's laundering crypto, apparently. But at least you're given that choice before you start. I think that would be the best path. That's the best middle ground. But yeah.
And I guess he's responding to the Palau ID thing.
Okay. CoinX, a few others. Yeah, I want to make a list of them. I heard KuCoin was successful for some people, but that was also 6 months ago, and things are constantly changing. So I don't know.
And Bitmart, okay.
Bitmart, okay.
Not Binance though.
Oh, not Binance. Okay. That Binance is one of the exchanges that was listed. That
interesting.
Would work. Again, this data is old, so that might have changed.
Yep. And then Brian's got another one here. I'm sorry, again, eyeballs, guys.
Yep. 4D Sky. Okay, so 4D Sky is literally right here. I have my 4D Sky that has to be set up. I was supposed to set that up just before the winter, and I'm in Canada. It gets cold. It was too cold for me. I didn't want to go up there on a ladder, so I haven't set it up yet. It's beautiful now. I have no excuses. It's multiple antennas that I have to use, but it's a solid project. It's covering the gap where other projects like Wingbits is not capturing the data, and that's for drones at a lower altitude. And you can see that if drone delivery actually picks up and becomes a thing, this could have some real utility. Tracking it, if you combine it with like a project like GeoNet, you can get this down to the centimeter accuracy. And then you're just talking about like super precise tracking. So 4D Sky definitely has potential. They already are generating revenue. I think they're working with an airport in the UK tracking flights. So they have a source of income. As proof of concept and everything else, it looks like that it has legs. It's something I'm following. I'm going to get mine up and running. They're not in Canada, but we'll see how that goes.
Fair enough. Well, there you go. I'm glad that this is a help. Hey, listen, you know what? That's why we're here, right, guys? I mean, I know we've talked about it on the backside of things off the air, but we're all here trying to help everybody, trying to get proper information out there, you know, and that is the key, because believe me, there's a plenty of crappy information. I'm trying to control myself right now. Plenty of crappy information out there. So you got to find people who are giving you the good, solid, correct information.
That's a good point. Accountability is also what's lacking in this space. So when we're talking about getting to that next level, people have to be accountable for what they're saying and what they're doing. Like the quick sell thing, I'm just trying to sell you this device and then I'm gone because I made a bunch of cash, and they start up another channel. Like there has to be some responsibility.
Well, and I mean, there does seem to be a portion of the space that seems to be growing now that is more of that original crypto ethos, where it's like we just want to help people secure their own freedom. And like, it does seem like you have some of that same core too, where you're like, you know, I understand the need for KYC, but like the core of me just really doesn't like this. And I'm the same way. You know, I thought we were here because we wanted to get away from banks. So what is the point if all we're going to do is just be the new bank? Why wouldn't I just bank with JP Morgan then and call it good?
Yeah, that's a very good point.
I clicked the wrong button here. All right. CryptoJar. Any comments on Grass or Demo?
Demo, that one hurts a lot. Grass, I believe, is generating real revenue. And they actually, I believe they pivoted to the type of AI data that they're collecting. I haven't dug into it too much, but I believe Grass is actually doing pretty well in this space that we're in right now, in this bear market that we're in the middle of it. They're generating revenue and they seem like they're actually doing well. Demo was that was actually one of the very first projects that I got into. I never cashed out like I should have with Demo. I made like, because I'm a degen, I have the habit of thinking the charts are still going to go up and I'm going to still make more money. I was into this project literally at the very beginning, and I received all the airdrops. I thought it was pretty cool because it's collecting your vehicle data and it's supposed to be reporting it back. And apparently manufacturers would use this when they're testing new vehicles and implementing new features and all this other stuff. The idea sounded solid. It went up to a peak where I should have made about $25,000 on this, but I never cashed out because I thought this baby was going to keep going. And then I ended up just cashing out a couple grand in the end. I'm still holding on a lot of tokens for some reason. But I don't think right now what they're trying to implement is going to work, because now in order for you to have their device, you have to pay for a data plan, which kind of defeats the purpose. Not only are you paying for the hardware, but you're paying monthly for data just to give them data about your vehicle to sell back on the network. It just sounds like it's not going to pan out. So if you're asking me personally, if would you go into Demo, I would say no, I would avoid it.
Okay, fair enough. And
yeah, I mean, a lot of those companies that came around like in the bull run, like it's another way to make money. It's like, okay, cool, sounds good. But then it's like, you know, like how you were just talking about grass, like,
yeah,
you know, we're kind of in the slumps right now in the markets, and they're still making money. Like, unlike a lot of these other companies. Granted, I've never even heard of grass, but
yeah,
if you can build during the bear market, you can survive the bull market.
Facts.
But a lot of these companies, they built in the bull market, and they're not even in the bear market. You know, it's like they're already gone.
Yep.
See, and I think the biggest thing when it comes to a lot of these projects is not that people have heard about it and buy the token. You know, that's the smallest part, but that seems to be the biggest part of what the crypto space
people focus on. Yep.
But like, I like
they want to make money. That's why.
Yeah. Well, it's like,
they just want to cash out. Yeah.
I like that you focus more on what is actually the technology aspect of crypto, where I can't remember what the one was, but you had it might have been Demo, because you had a whole video when you were supposed to hook it all up, and there's a bunch of things like that where I know one of the other buddies that we've had here on the channel, Ada Ace, talked about something you talked about, which was telecommunications. And they have it's like a high altitude drone that they're going to be using to help waylay between satellites and things like that. So tons of real world use cases, but these aren't going to be the projects that people are going to be buying tokens on, because that's not what the use case is. And there's so much more to crypto than just I'm sending you money.
Right. Yeah. That's key. There's definitely more to it than that. Although a lot of projects are just focused on, at least for the longest time, it was just like, I'm building a network and you can send money fast. And that was it. And then there's about 50 projects that did 5,000 projects that did the exact same thing. Basically forks of the exact same project, new name, cash out when everyone gets into it, and blah, blah, blah.
Yep. Agreed.
Oh, yeah.
And I think he was just trying to confirm it is a Palau ID.
Yes. Yeah. Palau ID. You can Google it. If you go on my channel, there's a couple of shorts that I have put out on it, just explaining what it is in layman's terms. I'm not saying it's going to work. I'm going to test it out. I'll find out, and then I'll report back on that.
Oh, see, I thought you said plow, like a snow plow.
Oh, no, it's P-A-L-A-U. Palau.
Yeah.
Republic of Palau.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Nubila? I ain't even trying it. Yeah.
Oh, Nubila.
Yeah.
And now, Jar, do me a favor.
Yes.
Answer the first part of the question, but I would really like if you would focus on the second part, because I think that is a big problem in DPIN. So
yeah, keep that up because I'm gonna forget.
Okay.
So yes, I liked this project when they came out. I think they're repurposing hardware, but the component itself, it was a portable weather tracking device. that captured wind speed, rainfall, and a whole bunch of metrics, and it was reporting it back on the network. It seemed like a really good idea. Again, it's leaning on to something that other projects are doing, WeatherXM being one of those. But it seemed like a well-built piece of hardware. The project, I don't think, was designed for a bear market, though, because they seem to get a little bit desperate because they're trying to sell nodes after. Nodes that didn't really have real utility. It just sort of seemed like a money grab. I was looking into it. I think I have one of the nodes, but the reason why I have one of the nodes is because it was given to me by my channel sponsor, Helium Deploy. So they let me play around with a bunch of things. So my risk wasn't really in there, but I know some people did buy it thinking that something would come out of it. Since then, I haven't heard too much from the team itself. I heard there's been a lot of talk about their Discord server with a bunch of scammy people coming onto it, posting ads and everything else. So you see that happen quite a bit when they start abandoning their community. And then nefarious characters come in and you don't know who's who, right? They can pretend that they're the admin, and that's when the scams start to happen. So Nebula itself, I haven't looked at the project recently. I hope it was going to do well. It's very similar to another one called SkyX, very similar in the model that they were implementing. Yeah, that one's to be seen. But I should probably do a follow-up just to see what they're doing right now. The hardware that I have, that I like the most part about it, is it's set it and forget it. So you configure it, you put it outside, you connect it to the network, and that's it. It just runs. As long as you have internet connectivity and it has power, which this one actually came with a solar panel, so it would charge itself. Like, there's very little maintenance that's required with this device. Although I got to say, I don't know if the solar panel always charged it. I actually had it hardwired in, but it's a nice idea, right? Just to make sure that it's self-contained. Yeah.
And any thoughts with regard to this whole, I mean, you and I have talked about it offline, about how many of these deep in projects seems like the only way they were making money, using my air quotes, was to sell the actual physical devices.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's where it gets confusing, especially if you're new to the space. It doesn't even matter if you're new to the space. If you're in the space and you're researching a project and they're talking about revenue, but they're not being clear about where the revenue is coming from, it just might be them selling their own hardware devices and they're claiming it as a revenue stream. So yeah, as soon as the sale stops, so does the revenue, and then the project will just start falling down. So you see this often, and it's really hard to tell in the infancy of where it's going to go. But the most rewarding part is to get in at the beginning. So it's it's difficult, right? It's really difficult to
sword, yeah.
How's your risk appetite, right? Like, how much are you willing to gamble? And when it comes to these sort of projects, for me, as long as it's under $400 or $500, I mean, depending on the project, I'll try it and see what happens. Hopefully I recoup my investment on the hardware, and we'll see how it goes long term. But you see that it's a continuous cycle. The good thing is, right now in the bear market, there is almost no projects trying that right now because, yeah, it's played out. It's done.
Okay, so I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit here. So in order to increase this adoption, even if it is, now I'm talking deep in specific here, okay? Even if it is just a kind of business to business kind of thing, should the sales of these devices be part of that? Or should it be like, I don't know, rented? Or should it be, no, they're supplied? What do you think the avenue is there to help grow that section?
So that's kind of a difficult one to. Okay, so first of all, transparency should be number one. If you are doing that, you should be clear that that's where the money's coming from. Then there's no question about it. Should it even happen? In some cases, yeah, they might need some extra funds to get this thing up and running. So there might have to be a markup on the hardware that they're selling in order for it to support the project and where it wants to go, funding in different aspects of it. So I can see the use case behind that. I think it is important, just in general, that transparency should be number one. So if you are including it in your revenue stream, it should be very clear that this money came from hardware, right? And then this came from a customer, and this is from selling advertising or whatever it is. There should be a breakdown. You don't see that right now.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, that's kind of the whole space in general. Just
facts. Yeah, that's a fact. And Brian says thanks, obviously. Oh, dude, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Stay safe. Thank you for yeah, man. Thank you for in another one he's saying wait right here that he's going through a translator. Appreciate you taking the time to go through the translator and even being here. Stay safe, head down, all that kind of good stuff. And Alexander's in the house. Welcome, brother. You've been popping in a little more lately. It's really good to see you. And you got another one from Brian here.
Are you saying SkyX and Evil are different companies? They have different. Yeah, okay. I am saying that they're different companies. I don't know if they are the same company. Their models are very similar. You can compare them side by side. It looks like a different piece of hardware. On the back end, the infrastructure could be just a fork. One came out before the other. One was very successful. The other one was sort of successful. So maybe it's just a copy pasta type of situation, right? Where they're just going to try to mimic the exact same thing. When it comes to where they are right now in terms of growth, they've both been extremely quiet. I haven't seen any growth at all. At least numbers haven't been presented.
Sometimes no noise is a good thing, no news is good news.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be a quiet and build, like, this is the market that you want to be building. So it's exactly what you're saying. Just because they're not saying anything doesn't mean they're not working. I have a business in the crypto space called the Node Factory. Things are quiet because no miners are profitable right now. Well, okay, very few miners are profitable right now. So what we're doing is we're rebuilding our whole infrastructure, our whole back end. The website's getting redone. Everything's happening. So when things do pick up, everything's a lot more easier for the end customer, right? So build.
Yep.
Yeah, because you don't want to build like that during the bear market when your website's down for 30 minutes and then all your customers are complaining on Discord and making videos about, this company, their website was down for 30 minutes and I was trying to do this and do that and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, dude, it's a website update. Like, things.
Crap's gotta happen, right? Yeah.
You definitely want to be proactive than reactive. So we're trying to do as much building right now so everything is as smooth as possible.
Okay. Jar, seeing you brought it up, I was gonna ask you at the end, but seeing you just brought up, why don't you talk a little bit about the Node Factory, just in general for anybody who might not be familiar or watches this on the replay?
Yeah. So the Node Factory was born inside a YouTuber's private community. His name's Your Friend Andy. And there was a bunch of us that were trying to buy into node projects that were extreme. We're all degens, okay? So I got to be clear about that. We really liked risky things and making quick money. So yeah, that's not exactly great for the community, but that's something that we were exploring. But we didn't really have the risk appetite to spend thousands of dollars on some of these node projects and ASICs as well. So as a community, we pooled our money together and we were purchasing hardware and we were purchasing nodes and then we were splitting it up. And that was a business idea that we're thinking, hey, maybe other people would want this. So then we created a website and we talked about it a little bit and we got quite a few people to sign up. And it's been somewhat successful in the small time that it's been alive. But what we did is we were taking very expensive miners, like Bitcoin miners, script miners, the L9s. These are thousands of dollars. And what we did is we divided that cost up and we were selling shares of it. What we do is we deduct the hydro cost from the miner. That's the first thing that goes. And then we have our service management fee, which is about 5%-ish, 5 to 10%, depending on what it is, to get these things up and running. And then we just pay out the rewards automatically to people's wallets. So it seems to work out pretty well. We've turned off a lot of our miners right now just because they're not self-sustaining right now. So if they're not going to be able to even pay its own its own power to stay online, we have to shut them off. So Bitcoin is very murky right now. It's literally on the border of staying online. The L9 and Zcash miners are really the only profitable ones that you can get into. We are purposely quiet because I don't want to promote something that I can't guarantee some sort of return, at least in the short term. A long term, nobody knows. But when you buy a share of a miner, you always want to get something out of it right away. Right now, it's not that market. So that's why we've been quiet on the Node Factory.
It seems like now would be the time to start scooping up portions, though.
Yeah, it would. So once we get our databases up and running, we're gonna bring everything back online in just small segments, test the waters, only introduce the ones that are self-sustaining and profitable, and then we will cap it off there for a while.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you jumping in on that. And
no, I was going to share a link, but I don't know if it's the nodefactory.com or
yeah, it's the nodefactory.com. If you go to it, there might be a construction sign on it right now. I think he took it down yesterday. Let's see.
There you go. And Alexander's saying deep him on IoTex.
IoTex. Yep. IoTex is like one of the OGs in the space. So they have their own chain. They're heavily involved in the DePIN space. They have a few projects that have some sensors from them. They have some agreements with corporations as well. I don't know if they have real revenue. That's the only thing I'm not 100% sure of. But they're definitely well known in the DePIN space. They're one of the very first projects or very first chains that's out there.
Yeah, and
site maintenance.
Site maintenance. Yep.
Yep. So you're going to see site maintenance probably for the next 2 or 3 days while they finish upgrading. Anybody that has user access, we're going to be funneling them through another door just so they can see their funds. But yeah, we're trying to build as much as possible right now. And AI is a great tool, right? We're trying to to make sure we get as efficient as possible.
So the website's thenodefactory.com before I post the link.
Yep.
I mean, unless if you don't want me to post a link.
No, you can post the link. Thenodefactory.com. It's there.
Yep. I was gonna say throw it right in all of the chats there, Badel. Listen, Brian, I asked you to put questions in, brother. No, you're not no complaints here with asking questions, and appreciate you for the kind words there at the end. And does that say
friends that broke up.
Dabba dude? Welcome. And there you go. I don't know if you want to add anything else to.
Yeah, this angle I'm not too sure about. I don't know if the founders were friends, romantically involved or anything like that. But if they're I can definitely say that there's a lot of similarities between these two projects. I don't know if it's probably not a coincidence. A lot of them are building off each other, but if there is an actual relationship there, I have no idea.
Okay, and then does I say Sword Chain?
Sword Chain.
I am. I don't know, Jar. Are you familiar with any of these?
Yep. I know Sword Chain. Sword Chain is very similar to Demo, where it's a device that you could plug into your car. It was trying to capture driving data and metrics. The idea was the same. It was going to sell it back to the manufacturers of these vehicles for safety measurements and everything else. This one apparently went belly up. I never got into this project. The hardware device was actually better than Demo's. It was nice and slim, and you could just plug it in. But at the time, I had to pick and choose which project I was going to get into because funds are limited. I chose Demo.
And listen, Jar was getting into so many projects, man. I don't even know how he did it.
Oh, jeez.
Just saying.
Yeah, okay. I'm a proper degen when it comes to DePIN. So one thing I've definitely learned over time is fundamentals are key. So when I'm evaluating projects right now, I'm not just jumping into every single project. I'm just doing a full 360 view on it, see if it's sustainable, see if there's a real path to revenue, and just see what the tokenomics are like, because a lot of people can get drained that way as well. So I try to take everything in, and then if I see it's still worth the gamble, I'll jump into the project.
How much do you think that it's not being sold for like safety, but back to the manufacturers so that they can make better self-driving?
How much?
Yeah,
I have no idea. I don't know if they've sold any of the data, and that's my problem. Is because when it comes down to it, the revenue streams of what they're calling revenue, I don't actually know where the money came from. And it could have been hardware. I have no idea. I can tell you that they had some very interesting conversations. And one of the reasons why I held on to my Demo tokens is because they went to Japan and they were talking to a lot of manufacturers. And I forget which one was tweeting out about them. It just seemed like there was interest over there. And I'm like, okay, maybe they're going to hit the ground running over there. And I forgot about it. It kept going down, and it is where it is right now.
But I mean, it can totally go back up this next cycle.
Oh, it totally could. I mean, I'm already down to nothing. It doesn't matter to me. The most important thing about these projects and going forward is always try to break even on the hardware itself, right? So as long as I recoup my cost on the hardware that I've spent my money on, I'm fine with letting the token sit after, because I'm really not taking much of a gamble after that. I might take a little bit of profit. If it's a project like GeoNet, I'm okay with that reoccurring, just sitting in there. I can see a long-term vision play out. So I'll just let those that bag just sit for the bull market and then maybe sell it off then.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. And Alexander's asking a question about BitX Gamma miners. If anybody's using those, Badel might be able to speak a little bit about this. He's saying he's running. Oh, there he goes. He's going to show you. I'll bring up his screen in one second.
I got 3. It's kind of hard to see the third one, but
yeah. Badel, go ahead and show it again. I didn't get a chance to bring it up.
Oh, hold on. Let me move on. There we go.
All right. Yeah. There you go.
And they're running on solar. So
excellent. Thank you, Badel.
Any luck? Any luck on those? Whoa.
No, not yet.
Well, not anymore.
I'm using camera now.
Badel down. But Alexander said he was running like 11 of them or something. I'm like, holy crap. That's impressive. Oh, wait. He's coming back. I can see the bottom of the beard.
There we go.
He's back. Oh man. What about you, Jar? Are you doing any of the solo mining like with BitX or whatever?
I have a little army of USB solo miners. I have one of those. I think it's a jingle miner. I think it's 1.4 terahash. I'm running that on solo mining Bitcoin Cash just because the odds are a little bit better. No real reason, but just playing around. I just like tinkering with things. So
yeah, so I got my 2 orange box BitXs. Those are on Bitcoin Solo.
Yep.
On CK, and then Solo Satoshi BitX. My 2 Avalon Nano 3s on High are on Bitcoin Cash.
Okay.
So I have like
any luck with Bitcoin Cash?
I'm on 2 miners, and I'm thinking about changing because I had my Nano 3s say it's around 8 terahash for like a year on Bitcoin Cash Solo and not a single block.
Ah, man.
But I've heard a lot of people say like 2 miners, I guess, isn't all that great for Solo.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And I obviously messed up what I was saying. He clarified for me. Thank you, Alexander. 6 miners pushing 11.3 terahash.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. He's got his army there.
Hey, why? To me, it's why not, man. That's the way I see
but
it.
He's also, I think what he said is he's mining the fractional Bitcoin.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I haven't experimented with that. Maybe we should check that out as well.
Yeah, fractional Bitcoin.
Fractional Bitcoin. Okay.
Okay. We got a couple more comments here. Brian saying thanks so much. You're welcome. Right. Jar's the expert in this arena, and thank you again for the kind words. And I love it. There you go. Fellow tech nerd, Jar.
All right. All right.
Now, CryptoJar, would you consider the Chia project a degen?
Uh-oh.
Did I throw mine in the garbage? I might have thrown mine in the garbage.
Evergreen miner?
I have an evergreen miner. I think I ripped out the hard drives from it. I got frustrated with that project.
Because I got into that project before it even got listed. And I had, I think, like 4 solo hits at like 2 something each.
Yep.
And then it released for like 14 or 1500. And as soon as it hit like 1200, 1250, I sold like 3 of them.
Nice.
Just so I could triple my investment back.
Yeah.
And I literally just looked it up, and it's at like $2.44 right now. And I'm like, oh, I'm glad I cashed out, deleted, formatted all my hard drives when it was like $80. I'm like, at $80, it's not worth it.
Yeah. I didn't do so well with that, and I ripped out my hard drives, and I'm repurposing them because so here's another thing that I really like about the DPIN space is often you can repurpose the hardware. which is great. So you're avoiding e-waste. So if the project goes belly up or whatever, you can just pull out components and use them for something else. So you can see that a lot in the DeepIn space. It happens regularly where a pellet project will go belly up, especially when there's small form factor PCs. Those are really easy to use and repurpose. So yeah.
Well, yeah, because I think the main Evergreen miner had like a Raspberry Pi 3 and a hard drive in it.
Yes. Yep. So I had like the multi-block ones.
Yeah.
Hard drive in one, and I think a Pi in the second one.
Yeah. But I remember when those came out, I'm like, that's such a waste of money.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I already paid my money back, and I'm like,
this is where you're not paying just for the hardware. You're definitely funding the project because the markup was so extensive, right? Like it's so obvious when you look at it. So yeah, that one, I don't even know why I bought into that project, to be honest.
It was the hype. I mean, I understand the whole storage and this, that, and the other, and like the creator of Chia. Like, I understood the project, but it just it released here, and it just it nosedived down. It took like a year, and then it
was a slow burn.
It was under like $10 when it came out at like $1,500, and it was like, no.
Yep. All right. Just what's that say? Hike Viz, welcome. He's got a couple things. SkyX here, and they're saying something about something coming out with a new EV battery.
Yeah. Okay. So this is new to me. I didn't know they were releasing an EV battery. Yeah, their device makes like literally nothing right now. Tokenomics are bad. Couldn't agree with that. More of that. EV battery. I mean, you want to build on a successful project. If you're going to introduce more products. So if your weather miner didn't do well, your name is sort of ruined, especially when the tokenomics aren't working in the end user's favor. So an EV battery, like I'm not touching that right now. There are other projects that are in the energy space that are doing well. I wouldn't cheerlead that one on at all.
Fair enough. You got a couple more here. I know Peak. I'm not familiar with this other one.
ODB2. That's a port in the car. Unless that's the name of the project. So ODB2 ports were the ones that Demo is using in SoarChain for their devices to track data. Peak Network, I believe they messed up with tokenomics. I can't really remember what happened with this chain. It's been a disappointment from a few people that I heard of. I'm not invested in it, so I can't say too much about it. But that was supposed to be the main chain for DeepIn. It doesn't seem like it's working out that way for them.
Okay. And then you familiar with Alexander saying there was an announcement earlier today?
No. It didn't come up in my AI digest where I'm supposed to get this stuff. Yeah, no, I'll have to look that up. I don't know anything about announcements from them. I'll have to check it out.
Well, we're already over an hour here at this point. Do you guys have other questions for Jar before we start to wrap this thing up?
So it seems like the answer to your question is more to have honest companies coming out here with real world applicable projects and not tokens that people are just supposed to buy.
Yeah, totally agree with that.
That help the real world use crypto without ever knowing they're using crypto.
Yeah, 100%. I think for it to be successful, the end user shouldn't have to overcome any hurdles in order for it to succeed. And then when they look into it, they realize they're using crypto, then that might actually just help it escalate to another level. So that's a huge thing. And transparency, I think, is huge. If you're implementing a project and you're talking about different factors of your business, you should be transparent about what's actually happening there for you to establish trust with the community, because crypto is just about the community in general, right? So you want to build on top of that.
There you go.
I definitely agree.
And John, you 316, you're just joining us as we're wrapping up, but appreciate you being here. Thank you. Well, he has a question. Thoughts on Jasmy?
Jasmy. I don't know Jasmy. Sorry, bud. I don't know anything about Jasmy.
Okay.
Do you guys know anything about Jasmy?
I know
I've heard of it, but I'm not familiar enough to talk about it. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I don't know anything about Jasmine. I know it's a coin because I can see that, but I don't know what the project does.
It's a Solana thing. If I'm not mistaken, it was Solana, and then it might have been a marketplace, but I'm not 100%.
On Solana. Okay. Yeah, I don't
coin
know.
Only. So all right. Sorry, John 316. But what about this jar? Anything?
Any new deepins for the stream? You can exclusively feel dabbling into it. Okay. New money earnings, apps and seeker. So we'll first answer the deepin portion of it. I don't know of any new projects that are out there right now. 4D Sky is one that I'm about to get into. There's actually a colleague in the space that started launching his own deepin project. I'll be talking about it. I'm going to be getting the hardware soon. It's connecting Wi-Fi with LoRaWAN technology together, and he's developing something along the lines of that. So that's new. 4D Sky is a really interesting project that I haven't dove in enough about to talk about, but I will be. And for new money earning apps on Seeker, just be careful with the Seeker phone. There was a lot of hype and it was great. But I think if you're looking forward to like airdrops and everything else that comes along with it, I think the ship has sailed on that. I think the first round, that's where the majority of the tokens were released. I'm not too sure if the rest of the seasons will have that kind of success. So you have to be careful with the airdrops if that's why you're purchasing the phone. And then apps, it's a case-by-case scenario. I've had some luck, and I'm going to use the word luck and make sure you understand it's luck, with an app called Tramplin, because it's a lottery style reward system where you're staking and they're pooling the rewards together, and then someone wins a portion of it constantly, like every 20 minutes, and they have a few different pools. So that's fun, and I've more than got my APR back. Your funds are not locked to them. You always have possession of it, which is very attractive. You don't lose custody. But that's like some tools that I'm playing around with. There's a few people that have reached out to me with their apps, and they're a little bit sketchy. So I'm not going to talk about them just because I don't think I can trust them. Right. So it's hard to filter out, especially when things are getting started, to find out what's a real project and what there's people are just trying to rug pull their coin.
Yep.
Do your own research. Yeah.
Yep. And I didn't they literally just rebrand today? I thought I saw something about that. Maybe I'm mixing them up with someone else. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about AI, as in the crypto space AI versus AI. Well, AI with the other more centralized platform AI. You know,
if you use the word AI in your project, your coin appreciates like 20% immediately.
That's true. That's true.
Unless if you're AI.com and it takes you
oh my god
4 months now, I think it is, and I still don't have my account.
That's funny. That's funny.
You were never going to get it.
And you're never going to get it. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. And I thought I saw something on X before I went live. I could be getting it confused, Alexander. So go check that out. I feel like I could be getting confused. So don't take my word for it. Kind of like Jar said, go do your own research, because I could just be screwing it up. And Dave Digital is in the house. And thank you very much for the kind words, sir. Appreciate you. And thank you for the workout this morning. Appreciate that. For those who don't know, Dave Digital, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. on Eastern time, he does a proof of walk live stream where they're on their treadmill, and he's talking and doing this, that, and the other thing. Today, I don't have a treadmill, but today I decided to join in, and I was working out while he was talking and doing his thing. So there you go. So make sure you do that. Dave Digital sent Crypto Billy in the house. And Jar, I'm not trying to steal your thunder right now, but with Crypto Billy up on the screen, I got to tell everybody next Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to be having this same conversation with Crypto Billy and see what his take is on this. So make sure that you are here for that. Shout out to Crypto Billy. And hype has been all hype, man. It's been on fire.
Yeah.
Welcome, Andy. Welcome. Guys, I anything else before we start wrapping this? No, maybe. All right. Jar, what do you got, brother? Tell us what you got going, and then we'll end the stream there.
Well, I got a stream tomorrow at 6 p.m. with you, Matrix Money podcast. We're going to be talking about a few different things of what's happening in the space. I might be doing my mainnet stream on Wednesday, which is 1:30. I have to just update everyone what's going on with the Seeker phone itself, just because I have a loyal fan base right now that's following my actions and moves on that. So I got to make sure I update them. So I took a couple weeks off just because there wasn't really much to talk about. But I'll just throw a few updates out there. And that's about it for me. Yeah.
All right. Badel, BC, anything you guys want to throw out before we end this thing? Oh, BC, you're muted, or your mic is disconnected or something. Oh, we can't hear you. In the meantime, Badel, while he's fixing that, you got anything?
Yeah, not really. It's supposed to be a rainy weekend for garage sales. We're supposed to have
garage sales. Those can be fun.
3 funerals in the last week and a half, plus seal coating my driveway, staying in my fence. Like, just been super freaking busy.
There you go. Well,
I mean, it was good to hang out with family that I haven't seen in a couple of years on Saturday, but given the circumstances,
yeah. Funerals are not good circumstances, brother. How about now, BC? You got your mic working?
I think so. Yep.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I don't really have a whole lot going on. I've been absolutely busy with work and, learning a completely new position. So that's been taking my whole focus. So
nice.
There we go. And guys, just so everybody knows, for me, wrap it up. Don't forget Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Crypto on the rocks, as always. Like I said, next Monday, we're going to be back with Crypto Billy, and then I will be with Jar tomorrow night. We're going to be talking some interesting stuff there. So
we also have the week after Crypto Billy. We will be bringing on JR, the ninja, to talk about
that's right. I forgot about that. I literally forgot about that. Thank you. And there you go. Crypto Billy says keep that beard going there, Badel. There it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I forgot the beard oil today, but it's been
it's lay down a little dry there, Badel. You need to get that in there. Yes.
It's been laying down, so it's getting there. I keep forgetting the beard oil every other day.
Oh man. Hey Jar, man. Thanks for being here tonight.
Thanks for having me on.
You.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
It was good information.
Yep, a lot nerdier than we normally have, but I love it.
Yeah, right in BC's wheelhouse right there. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Get into the nitty-gritty.
Exactly. All right, we're going to dance our way out. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thank you for putting all your comments and questions in the chat. Really appreciate all of you. And tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern time, Matrix Money. All right, have a good one, guys. Take care.
Night all.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Screens glow. Timeline scream. Same fear. Different day. Lock in. HODL the line. Don't blink, don't fold. Hands stay steady when the stories get old. Charts go wild, but the base is fine. Mindset, grounded, battle calm. BC breaking down the noise. Hold the line. Yeah, we ride that grind through the fear, through the foot, through the echo chamber signs. They panic, sell. We design the climb. HODL the line. Yeah. HODL the line. Old school charts in a new age storm. Seen cycles born, seen cycles torn. Zoomed out vision. Long-term frame while the feed chases candles. He studies the game. Macro whispers, history rhymes. Patience weaponized over time. No panic button, no rush to speak. Just facts stacking up week by week.